Hi, my name's Aaron Travell. I'm a director here at Knox. We're a motorcycle clothing and protection company based up here in the Lake District in Cumbria, where we have our own UK manufacturing. We also have a London design studio. We also manufacture overseas as well. We've got a really strong market here in the UK, Europe, and we're exporting globally. You can find us on planet-knox.com or Knox Armour on all of the social media platforms. Now, we're a small business. That means that we have less than 50 employees, and we've got massive growth aspirations both for the UK and the world over as well. Currently, 60% of our business is in export. But we're not a political company, and we're not affiliated to any political party or anything like that. But we have been asked quite a lot by both members of staff and customers, hey, which way are you guys voting in the EU referendum? Which would be better for Knox as a business? Which would be better for us as customers or employees of Knox? And all these conversations have really got me thinking about what our role is as a company and as a nation within the EU, and about some of the benefits that we enjoy. Now, a couple of stats for you. Firstly, UK SMEs account for 99.9% of UK businesses, with the remaining 0.1% being large businesses or having over 250 employees. So that's like 5,394,600 businesses are SMEs, and the remaining 5,400 businesses are classed as large. SMEs account for 47% of private sector turnover and 60% of the employment. Some of the things being said about our trading relationship with the EU simply aren't true and don't fully value the benefits that we have in trading with the EU. In three areas, I think. Firstly, there's this idea that it's as easy for us to export to non-EU countries as it is to the EU. Secondly, that these countries find it just as easy to trade with us as anywhere else. And thirdly, that we're better off on our own. Now, from my business experience and being a part of the Knox company, none of this stuff is true. Now, we trade with approximately 30 different countries, and countries within the EU are literally so easy to trade with. Now, as an SME, it's really important to understand the nature of what that business looks like. You know, we're not sending containers of goods anywhere out here. You know, we're not sending containers of goods from the UK out to Europe or any other country. We're not sending even full pallet loads, not like 10, 15 pallet loads. No, the SME business looks like you get one order, one box, one customer. Perhaps you get two boxes, perhaps you get 3, 5, 10, but they're all small numbers, and the total turnover is taken not from one big contract, but from literally thousands and thousands of little contracts, little orders that get shipped out every day, day in, day out, day in, day out, hundreds of them. And that makes up the total turnover of I would say, most SME type businesses. And it's fast paced. It is massively fast paced. You know, there is no notice. We get an order in, we send it out same day, or some next day, some maybe take a little bit longer, but it is so fast paced, and you've got to be quick to respond in this area. Now, with the EU, this is literally so easy to operate. All we do, we get an order in, we apply it to our sales order processing system, we attach a UPS label to the box, and it gets the customer within 2 working days. There's no extra duty, there's no commodity codes, there's no tariff codes, there's no duties to pay, there's no customs, it just gets the customer, no problems. This is totally different to other countries. Now, I use an example here of our Turkish distributor. They order from us approximately 2 to 3 times a year. And part of the reason for this is to do with the extra documentation, to do with the extra hoops that these guys have to jump through in order to trade with us. Firstly, we have to put the orders on and make the right documentation for them with the correct tariff codes, with the correct commodity codes. Then we need to apply for ATR forms. Now these cost us extra money, and they also take extra time. Plus then when the order goes out to Turkey, these guys have got to put it through customs, they've got to clear it, they've got to pay duty rates on it, and also VAT if that's applicable as well. This just makes it much more difficult for Turkey to trade with us because they're outside of the EU, as it would as though they were in the EU. And look, this is exactly the same for different countries, such as the USA is exactly the same. Switzerland, exactly the same. China, the same. And these are all growth markets for us. Do not underestimate the benefit that we have as being a part of the EU. And for SMEs, it is literally never been as easy to grow your business as it is right now. It is literally so simple. And SME owners like myself, shareholders, we're always looking for ways to grow your business. Where's that next sale come from? Who's got the money for next month's wages? That's how a business owner thinks for a small company. It's not just roll it in, roll it out like some of these big companies. You know, you're hunted, looking, how wide can I spread my net? And being a part of the EU literally makes that so simple. We need to be exploiting this benefit, not removing ourselves away from it. Now, ironically, we've actually got the opportunity at Knox. We're going to be flying out to Dusseldorf on the day of the referendum to meet with a major German retailer for our product. This is a 90-store retailer called Polo Motorrad for motorcycle shops in Germany. Now, this is going to take Knox back into Germany, and it's a really interesting story that we should be doing that on the day of the referendum. Now, we're going to be streaming live throughout the day, and we think this is a great story. So please get in touch with us. My email is aaron@planet-knox.com. I'd say we're going to be streaming throughout the day, but I'd also really like to get some feedback, and perhaps we can sort of tailor some of the streaming, etc. But I think it's a great opportunity for us as a business, and it's totally ironic that it's on the day of the referendum. So please feel free to get in touch. Please follow this story. I think it's going to be really, really interesting, and wish us good luck.